2007, 2008, where we used to sell televisions in Alaba International those days, you know. We meet a lot of Yorubas. We are just like the same. We do the same thing.
Everybody run their shops there, I know.
Yeah. You can buy pure water and tell, that's the only Yoruba I know. You can buy pure water and tell them, Padawa. They will go their way. The next day, the woman will come back. And one of those women, I've forgotten her name, but she used to stand there and make jokes with us, you know. So when you come to our side too, when you come to our side, which is Southeast, all these people, we also meet like, because I was born and brought up in Enugu, like there's a place in my market, they call it Akwata. When you get there, you see a lot of people. On the street, you see Oga they used to sew clothes. On that road, you see Alhaji, Professor Suya, that have been there before I was born. And you know, then they are still there. Then when you go to Owodo Road, that Owodo Road is just like complete Hausa people. We are. As I'm talking to you now, my best friend is Sariki of Enugu State, Alhaji Suleiman. Sariki of Enugu State. They live in camp, cold camp, Enugu. You know, they can, if they hear their voice, that they will know that it's me talking. So in Akwata there, you see a lot of them. When they sell, they give you everything. You know, we do together. They bring cows, people buy and slaughter. You know, and I've not heard about all these things.
Yeah,
I begin to. Now I start to grow. I'm now an adult normally. Now fighting to enjoy the country, which I've not enjoyed for the past 40 years or 35 years of my life. And I begin to be scared about Yoruba. I begin to be scared about Hausa. I begin to be scared.
Years.
And this, my friend, I'm telling you, last year I went to Nigeria. I wanted to buy a cow along Anambra Express Road. I don't even know what to price. And I called him. He said, stand there. Somebody's coming to meet you. Immediately he came. The best thing he sent came there. I bought everything cheap and go my way. You know. So you see this issue of tribalism, bigotry. I was thinking that it's not normal. Some people are just spending millions to promote this, and they are little. And they are little. People that are doing this are little. Like Prince Gentleman said. It's disheartening to see people living abroad, enjoying everything, getting everything in merit. You know, when you go to a local government, you get everything. When you go to any rat house or county, any office, any doctor, and nobody's carrying any fight to the top. You just go there. No matter what, if you want to see the local government of your area, you just make an appointment. That day you go and meet him, discuss whatever you want to discuss with him. He will give you coffee to drink. You know, so but these people living abroad, I believe this is mental illness, because some of them are going to get mad in future because they cannot enjoy good things here and be sending wrong message down to our house, our place, and to people will be killing people.
And where you spreading hatred. That's where people live.
Yeah.
That's where people coexist.
Yeah, and
so if anything goes wrong, they will kill themselves. Like, why would somebody even said that why am I promoting hatred on my platform? Guess what? He called exposing these criminals promotion of hatred. I was like, man, I was so mad. I was like, where do I start from? You know what?
You know why I said why I said you've done a lot, because and heaven has heard your voice, because in this stage. Nigeria is now in this state, not even stage, because Nigeria is in a war state now. But many people don't know about this. Indeed, because there's hunger. It's only in the war people will find it difficult to eat. Only during the war. Because forget about that. When there's war, people will find it difficult to eat, because you will not know. Every shop will be closed. People will be running away from their homes. But people are moving around, and there is a heavy hunger, as if we are in war. And people are still promoting this thing and saying, hello, go on, things are good. It's just like somebody staying outside the market and throwing a stone in the market. Nobody knows who the stone is going to fall on his or her head. Maybe our parents, or maybe the mother or the father. But I pity them. I'm sorry for them because they are going to suffer all these atrocities they are abroad promoting inside. You know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayagu.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mayagu.
God bless you for that experience you shared with us. I have another caller, and this caller is going to be my last caller this afternoon. So we only have just about 10 minutes to go, so we can share it 5-5. Here. Hello there.
Uncle Michael is Aduke.
Aduke. I've been waiting for a time like this. You promised and you failed. And you know what you did, right?
What did I do?
Okay, that's very usual. What did I do? Mayegun, we are coming to Glasgow. We're all going to be there in Glasgow. And I was looking around and I was looking out there. I was checking the entrance. I was pretty, if I had your number, I'd probably be like, where are you? Because you sort of deceived me, right?
No, never. I don't deceive you. I'll message you and tell you why.
Okay, then. So I did say to someone, right? There was this Elder Akinola on this platform, right? And he said, hang on. He said, Mayegun, I am coming to Glasgow. I said, please don't promise what you can't fulfill. He said, no, I'm coming. Guess what? He came. And he said, do you remember I told you I was going to come? I said, yeah, you did. But you never told me you are this huge. It was this so tall man that I felt like a baby, right? Rushing to that. But I was looking for Aduke.
Aduke was there in spirit.
I said I would say to you when I hear you again. So
I know, I knew you were going to say that, Uncle Michael. I knew it, but I can't say it on public. But there's a really good reason. But the next hangout, I'm going to be there. No.
Thank you so much, though. Right, I have missed a lot of people here, and you're one of them as well. You know, so I just took this off and on break for the past 6 days. So I'm still off and on, though, right? But here we are.
You deserve it.
Thank you. So, Aduke, you've probably been watching for a while. You have one thing or two to say, don't you?
I don't know where to begin. So let me start from this. I've written down some bullet points.
Brilliant. So let's start from somewhere.
Uncle Michael, remember I said to you a couple of weeks ago that the real people that need to be changed are the older people and not the Gen Z.
You did. And you repeated
Remember I said that?
Yeah, you did. I remember.
And I've been repeating this.
Yes.
Nigeria is a nation of all ages. However, anytime the Nigerian media mention young people, we have to understand that is what you call propaganda marketing, because there's a subconsciousness that young people are stupid. So they have to focus on that age group to make you dissociate yourself from the troubles of Nigeria. Right? So in order for politicians to have power, they have to manipulate. The greatest power they have is with the media.
That's right.
So the reason why some Nigerians don't think anything is bad is because of what has been shown to them in the media. Right? So if I'm watching NTA, which is the worst media ever, I'm watching TVC, I'm watching radio, that's the biggest channels that Nigerian government have. Because if you look at the data, majority of Nigerians on the internet do not live in Nigeria. I don't think people are aware of this, by the way. Majority of Nigerians on Instagram, on Google, are not living in Nigeria. So that means that there's only a certain amount of information Nigerians are taking in. And it's what you take in, you believe.
That's it.
So the woman that was talking about bigotry, look at her age. She's an older woman. That is the generation that we need to change. It's not leave Gen Z alone. The people over the age of 40, 50, 60, and you are the people that we have to change. Yeah, whatever that means, I agree. And thank you, Uncle. Because why do I say that? There's something called nurture and nature. These people were raised in bigotry.
See?
So you don't in order for you to change as an adult, you must want that change. So that's why she moves to Canada, and she'll never change because she's who she is. She was raised in Nigeria. She wasn't raised in Canada.
No.
Who you are as an adult is who you are as a child, unless you decide to change. So a lot of the things we're expecting, we have to understand what we are up against. 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, they are the core bigots.
No doubt.
Because they grew up in a Nigeria of challenges. So when they do see an Igbo man rich, she's thinking, how dare the Igbo man be rich?
How did he do it?
How did he do it? Because
how
from her memory,
he get so rich that
exactly,
he could actually stand where we are standing. They were not supposed to, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have to understand the science. You grow up nature versus nurture. So nature is who gives birth to you and your family, and your genes, right? Which may be how you think. But nurture is your surroundings.
It's the social conditioning.
Yeah. So if you're socially conditioned in a system with terrible education, a system of corrupt, Nigeria has been corrupt for the past 70, 100 years.
No doubt.
So when we hear these stories, I love how you always say we have to observe it in the right way. You have to connect the dots. You got to be like, I understand, because this woman was raised in corruption.
Survivor.
There you go. So if there's Igbo versions, there's Yoruba versions, there's Edo versions. So that's one point. Everybody has theirs, Uncle. I think the second point I wanted to highlight is we have to remember that the oppressed is also looking to be the oppressor.
Turn by Turn Nigeria Limited. I am following you, Aduke. Go on.
The oppressed is looking to be the oppressor. That's a very standard thing. So these bigots who are oppressed, and they are being oppressed, but rather than them focus on the people oppressing them, they want to be oppressors because it's a natural thing to want power. And adults are very manipulative. So if an adult,
like it's a natural order, and that's why they became entitled. They do not want to take responsibility, and if you become too inquisitive, then you are called a rebel, and they throw and play their entitlement card. Don't you have elders at home? Can you talk to your leaders, elders like that? That is to disarm you. Aduke, you come with a banger today. Keep going. I'm following.
So I'm following you too, Uncle. It's all so we're working together here. You're the elder. So
I like the synchronization too. Go on.
Yeah. And I'm just sharing this. Someone already saying, why is she telling us this? So that as we maneuver within our communities, within our families, when we're hearing certain things, we need to understand also where it's coming from. So when everyone is saying, Nigerians, why are they like this? It's you're either trained to be like that. Nigeria does not have an education system. There's two key subjects that every primary school has in China, in America, and in Europe. The key subjects are history and media. So your history will teach you who you are, even if it's not true. That's why if you meet Chinese people, I don't know if many of you have met Chinese people. Chinese people think they are the best thing in the world. There's a reason why their history lesson has taught them that. Nigerians do not have history. So you have a nation of people who never went to a history class. There's no history taught in schools. I don't think people know this. So how can you have a nation who do not know who they are?
It's impossible. It is impossible.
It's impossible.
So we are facing this identity crisis, patriotism crisis. We've got no history as a people in the name of Nigeria as it is. And not that we don't have history. If they tell us all this history, or if they taught us all this history, those we call the heroes past would never be heroes.
Will never
be heroes. And that is
but
why,
they cannot.
Yeah, go on.
They cannot teach us and I think people need to understand this. They cannot teach you history, because if they teach you history, they will become powerful. Because that's why, Nigerian British people tend to do well. The reason why British Nigerians do well is British Nigerians, we're aware of ourselves. We have our mothers, we have our fathers. So identity, history is at the core of who you are. A lot of black men in the UK, why they don't do well? There's no history, there's no father. Your father tells you your identity. So until we can, so we need to push for policies. I know everyone's always shouting Tinubu, but the bottom line is Tinubu will never leave that position.
Not willingly.
He'll never leave, not willingly, unless something happens. So we have to push for policies. So rather than just focusing on the obvious things, we have to focus on, okay, we need a policy. Why is there no history in schools? That is what we should be going to protest for. Why do we not have media in schools? That is what we should be protesting for. Because if we have the history, this wouldn't be happening.
Possibly not. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll possibly talk again. Okay.
Yeah. See you soon. Bye, Uncle.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
See you. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. That's what they say. Now, thank you so much, everyone. This is where we will draw the curtain this afternoon. I really do hope I am back later this evening. I really do. And I want to. I've got stuff here I could share with us later this evening. But it all boils down to, would I need another rest again? No. Anyway, thanks to you, everyone. And if you joined us midway, you can possibly just roll it back now and watch it from the start, especially from YouTube, okay? And others, if you have been with us all through and through, just like the broadcast. If you haven't, share it. If you haven't, everyone else, let's sign out. I'll see you again later this evening, hopefully. Well, if I'm going to come on, you're going to see the notification, Abby. I'll go cook another banger for us later this evening. You won't miss it. Good afternoon.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìí yẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún wà mí.
Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún wà mí.
Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún wà mí.
Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún wà mí.
Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún wà mí.
Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi